details of what is contained on the news. Let's start with what we have here. Fair-based Dangote employs 30,000 Nigerian and expatriate for refinery. NLC TUC urge workers to resume at Oyo Governor's Office July 31st. Unpaid 250 billion naira claims. Fuel scarcity imminent. Petrol Marketers Forum. Ganduja's chairmanship will lead APC to damnation, says ex-vice chair. And the biggest of it all is none other than the one that talks about the list of ministerial nominees. 11 states to wait as Tinubu send 28 nominees to Senate for confirmation, and that is where we will start our conversation today from. It's contained on the Vanguard newspaper, although just like I said earlier, some of these news cut across all the papers, the major papers rather, and we will be taking this one from the Vanguard newspaper to look into it. 11 states of the Federation will have to wait as President Bola Tinubu forwarded a list of 28 ministerial nominees through his chief of staff Femi Gbajabiamila to the Senate for screening and confirmation yesterday. The constitution requires that at least a minister comes from each of the country's 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory (FCT). The states that have to wait are Adamawa, Bayelsa, Gombe, Kano, Kebbi, Kogi, Plateau, Lagos, Osun, Yobe, and Zamfara State. President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, yesterday received the long-awaited ministerial list from President Bola Tinubu, thereby putting an end to weeks of anxiety and the speculations about who would make the list. Tinubu's ministerial list is dominated by former governors, ex-senators, House of Representatives members, and strong political allies believed to have worked for his victory at the polls. The number of names sent was 28, with no state of origin attached, and with a promise that more names would follow soon, as Adamawa, Kogi, Lagos, Anambra, and Bayelsa states are missing on the list. Those on the list include Abubakar Momo from Edo State, Yusuf Maitama Tugar from Bauchi, Ahmad Engiwa Katsina, Hannatu Musawa Katsina, Uche Naji Enugu, Beta Edu Cross River, Doris Uzoka from Imo, Dave Umahi from Ebonyi, Ezinwoyesom Wike from Rivers, Muhammad Badaru Abubakar from Jigawa. Others are Nasir El-Rufai from Kaduna, Ekperipe Ekpo Akwa Ibom, Nkeruka Onyejocha from Abia, Olubumi Tunji Ojo from Ondo, Stella Okotete from Delta, Uju Kennedy Ohanenye from Anambra, Bello Muhammad Goronyo from Sokoto, Dele Alake from Ekiti, and Latif Fagbemi representing Kwara. Also on the list are Muhammad Idris from Niger State, Olawale Edun from Ogun, Wahid Adebayo Adelabu Oyo, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim from Nasarawa, Ali Pati from Bauchi, Joseph Utsef from Benue, Abubakar Kiari from Borno, John Eno from Cross River, and Sani Abubakar Al-Ladi from Taraba. The list was delivered by the former Speaker, House of Representatives, and Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, who entered the hallowed chamber at 1:18 p.m. and delivered the letter in consonance with Section 147 of the 1999 Constitution. Minutes after emerging from a closed-door session which started at 12:18 p.m., the Senate did what had not been done before, invoking Section 1 subsection A, Section 1 subsection B, and Section 12 of its standing rules to admit Gbajabiamila into the chamber to deliver the much-awaited communication from the President. The letter, which was addressed to the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, made it the first time a Chief of Staff will come personally to the chamber to present any executive communication directly to the President of the Senate. The list, however, managed to get to the upper chamber a few hours to the expiration of the constitutional deadline that mandates the president to forward the names of those he wants to hire into his cabinet to the Senate for vetting and approval within 60 days after his inauguration. Soon after receiving the list from the former speaker, the president of the Senate immediately unveiled it to senators who had also waited with bated breath for the executive communications. Dominating the ministerial list are former governors, including that of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, his counterpart from Rivers, Nyesom Wike, a card-carrying member of the main opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP. I would love to see how this continues to go on and on and on, especially Wike being a strong member of the PDP. Also on the list are the immediate past governor of Jigawa State, Abubakar Badaru, former governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, who is currently the deputy majority in the Senate. Tinubu's list is also significantly dominated by former National Assembly members, mostly senators. These people are those that will come and take a bow and go. On the list, although I don't know how the uncommon 10th Assembly and the uncommon Senate President will go about things this time around. On the list is the current acting national chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, Senator Abubakar Kyari, who represented Borno North in the 8th and 9th Senate. Also on the list is Senator John Eno, who represented Cross River Central in the 8th Senate, and Senator Abubakar Sani Dalladi, who was former acting governor and deputy governor of Taraba State. However, Dalladi was impeached by Taraba State House of Assembly on September 4th, 2012 and replaced by Alhaji Umar Garba as deputy governor, who later became the acting governor of the state after the air crash that claimed the life of former governor Mbaba Sontei. On the list are former deputy chief whip of the House of Representatives in Kiru, Onyejiocha, who represented Isukwato Umunochi Federal Constituency, Abia State, Olubumi Tunji Ojo, who represented Akoko Northwest Federal Constituency from Ondo State, and he was the chairman House Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Abubakar Momo, a two-time member of the House of Reps, who represented Etsako Federal Constituency, Edo State, and Eperikpe Ekpo, who represented Abak Federal Constituency from 2007 and 2011 from Akwa Ibom State. A former All Progressives Congress APC presidential aspirant, Barrister Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, made the list. You remember Ohaneye, who was the only female candidate that purchased the form of the All Progressives Congress before its national convention last year, and she quickly stepped down for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And for the former executive director Nexim Bank, also Stella Okotete from Delta State, and the special advisor to the president on communication strategy and special duties, Dele Alake, we also saw that coming from Ekiti State, also made the list. Alake is a close ally of President Tinubu. Former commissioner in Lagos, Wale Edun from Ogun. And a surprise package on the ministerial list is the publisher of Blueprint newspaper, Muhammad Idris from Niger State. One of the lead counsels in Tinubu's case at the Election Petition Tribunal, Lateef Fagbemi from Kwara State, and Accord Party's governorship candidate in Oyo State, Wahid Adebayo Adelabu, also made the list. Also in the list is Professor Joseph Utsef, a very close ally of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF Senator George Akume, and the Rector of Federal Polytechnic Wanune, Akume's hometown in Taka local government area of Benue State. Meanwhile, the Senate has suspended its annual long recess that would have commenced yesterday to begin the screening of the ministerial nominees next Monday. Addressing journalists yesterday after plenary, the chairman Senate Committee on Media and Publicity, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, APC Ekiti South, vowed that senators will be thorough in the screening as they will dwell more on the experience, character, personality, and background of the nominees. According to him, there will be no take a bow and go. That is what I was saying earlier on. There will be no take a bow and go except when there are no questions. Senator Adaramodu said this time screening will be very thorough. It is not going to be a situation where the screening will be anyhow. we are going to know the background of the nominees, and we are not going to disappoint Nigerians. Hopefully, I pray that you don't do that. All the dry bones, physically and socially, must rise. It is not going to be a shallow screening. You must have the character, you must have the face, you must have the behavior to be among the cabin crew that is going to fly Nigeria. This time around, Nigeria is going to be better. Whoever gets to the floor of the Senate will be screened. We will not manufacture any question. Why Tinubu didn't attach portfolio to Ministerial Nominees list? That's it from the presidency. Meanwhile, fielding question from State House correspondent after submitting the list, the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, said President Bola Tinubu did not attach portfolio to the names of Ministerial Nominees because he wants to have the opportunity of looking at the character of the nominees during screening in order to know which ministry to place them. He explained why it would have been the best idea to attach portfolios to the names. It might cause problems if the president changed his mind after they had been screened. Gbajabiamila also said the list of ministerial nominees comprised of technocrats, politicians for balance, stressing that they were eminently qualified to make the list. It went on and on and on. This is quite rightly the biggest story of the day, and we will open the phone line so that you also get to call in and have your say on this conversation. Your opinion matters a lot. That is why we are Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. Now you have a voice. Straight ahead, giving you the voice. Let me open the phone line so that you get to contribute on this conversation. What do you make of the list as submitted by the president through his chief of staff yesterday? One thing that is for sure, we expected that there was going to be portfolio on the names, but there was no portfolio. And another is kind of being dominated by politicians, if I should use that word. A lot of people are saying it's been dominated by politicians. We could see former governors, former House of Reps members, former senators on the list. We expected to see a lot more of technocrats on that particular list. And also in terms of we are carrying all the opposition party along, there is that part also. But let me just open the phone line so that you get to have your say. My say is not that much important. I prefer to hear from you, my listener. 0700 010 961 961 0700 010-961-961. That is the number to call. Normal call, or you send me SMS. Perhaps you want to use the WhatsApp platform. Yes, the same number works for all. You can send a WhatsApp message or voice note, and also you can call me via the WhatsApp portal with that same number. The number is correct. It might pass 11. Yes, it is more than 11 digits, and it is not the usual 0703 or 0702 or whatever. I think I have my first caller on the line. Let's hear from this caller. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Comrade Victor calling from Afro. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you for calling, sir.
Yeah, I had your headline. You see, it's quite unfortunate that we are seeing where we are. The likes of us, in fact, I'm not the first to say this. We don't see heaven being on earth this time around because we still the same old schools, the old and older generation. What are the youths doing? What are the youths doing? I had expected that at least 60% or if not 50% of Nigerian youths will come and mount the podium of this present leadership. Well, I am not surprised because some of us who are youth leaders will have it off during the end time. And the demand in question who is there today is not a youth friendly person. In as much as I'm concerned, and I'm ready to say it anywhere, anytime. So I don't expect that good relationship between him and the youth. Okay?
Yeah.
I imagine people who have failed this country in various dimensions and still brought back to lead this nation, to transform this nation into more failure again. The likes of a fanatical leader like El-Rufai, what have you, and the wicked people who have failed this nation woefully. It's quite unfortunate. I've been telling the youth that the only way forward is stand up. The youth should stand up. If you don't stand up, I'm sorry, I will definitely be mortgaged. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Comrade Victor, for wonderful opinion there. All right, that was his opinion. You can as well be heard on this platform by calling the studio line. Let me call the number again: 070-0010-961-961. 961. Was I that fast? 070-0010-961-961. Do well to call. Let me hear your opinion on this particular list. He has made his own point. Youth were not carried along on this ministerial list, and it's supposed to have at least 60% or thereabout of youth on this number. It is same old politicians being recycled, and let's see what is going to happen. And another thing is that we just have 28 names. We're still left with more names to come. 11 states, that is including the FCT, are still left out. So this is the first batch. We're still waiting for the second batch. Let's see what the president would do with the remaining list. But again, some will tell you he should have included the youth in this particular list, and rightfully very, very valid. I should also emphasize on that fact. Another thing is that no portfolio has been attached, and we have advocated for that so many times on this platform that we expect the list to come with portfolio, so that we will be able to know that yes, this is going to be a round hole in a round peg in a round hole. Yes, not a round hole in a round speck in a square peg. We need to have adequate representation. We need people that will fit in their portfolio, people who can do the job adequately. That is what we were expecting, although he has given his own reason for why there was no portfolio attached to the list. But let's see how it pans out. And talking about women included in this particular list, we have 7 women on the list, and I know a lot of advocates came out before the list was released that women should also be carried along, especially that Nigeria is a signatory to the UN Beijing Declaration of 1995, where they accept that women should be carried along in governance. 35% affirmative action for women, although we have 7 women on the list. And if you do the arithmetic, you will discover that they now have 25%, not 35% on the list. That is also another angle that you look at it. And another is the fact that some persons who do not even belong to the All Progressives Congress are also represented in the list, from Accord Party, from the PDP. So is it that the president wants to do an inclusive government? Don't you think that the other persons from the other political party might be working against the success of this administration? Again, everyone has their own opinion. I'm just saying, but your opinion matters. That is why I opened the phone line, so that you can call in and let's have your own contribution. Let's hear the perspective that you have. You might have a different perspective to all of this that I am just talking about. Let's hear your perspective on the program. You can call normal call, or you send SMS, or you use the WhatsApp portal to drop your message there, or you call me via the WhatsApp. In fact, you can also drop a voice note via WhatsApp. But when you drop in a voice note, please and please, I beg of you, make sure that you don't use any foul language on air, so that you don't put me or my station in any trouble. Yes, it is Voice of the People, where your voice matters. We amplify your voice here on this platform. We have quite a number of headlines, but this is certainly the dominant one, because we've been waiting for the list to be released for God knows when. But he was able to beat the deadline set for 29th of July, and he released the list 2 days before. That was on the 27th. Yesterday, the list came through to the National Assembly, courtesy of the Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila. And there's another headline that I have here that says Ministerial List: Tinubu rewarding vultures, appeasing snakes. According to Shehu Sani, this former senator, Shehu Sani, came out to say that he reacted to the first batch of the ministerial list submitted by President Bola Tinubu to Senate, saying some nominees were vultures and serpents. Tinubu's Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, dropped the list yesterday, or brought the list to the floor of the Senate, where he gave the Senate President the list, and it comprises of the number of persons we have mentioned. And the ex-senator ruled that the ministerial list, the president embraced some serpent with a known history of treachery, and rewarded some vultures for playing the Judas. Appeasing a snake in a palace doesn't spare the king. Judas Iscariot in the Bible was a disciple of Jesus Christ who betrayed him by selling him to Jewish chief priests for 30 pieces of silver. That is what Sheikh Sani wrote on his Twitter handle yesterday after the list was made public. This is his opinion, and you also have your opinion. But before I go on a short break, I need to inform you that at 7:30 we will be linking up with our guest analyst El-Rufai Useni, who will also have his own say on these headlines that we have for discuss this beautiful Friday morning. Don't forget, this is Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja, and my name is Ali Udoma. I will go pay some bills. When we come back, we'll link up with El-Rufai Useni. Please stay with us and don't change your dial.
Traveling to Lagos and desire a perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42 Murtala Mohammed International Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in our beautiful appointed rooms, featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Now, whether you are traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your every need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop from the Lagos airport.
Why not take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant?
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So why wait? Book your stay today and experience the ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Believe me, believe me, believe me.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold-berry ice cream.
Delights in every school.
Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold-berry ice cream.
At number 4, Obomosho Street,
Area 8, Gariki, Abuja, or 3rd Avenue, Gwaripa, Abuja, or Federal Housing Estate, Phase 2, Lube, Abuja. Call 0908-831-5906 or 0908-831-5908 or 0909-238-9861. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at romeospizza.ng.
website
www.romeospizza.ng. Romeo, the pizza champions.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOP.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafte Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Welcome back, and in case you just joined, this is Voice of the People 96.1 FM, and we're here looking at the front page review. Very, very catchy headlines today, and headlines that will have a huge impact in the future of Nigeria. It's now time for us to link up with our guest analyst in person of El-Rufai Useni, who we will together have a conversation around the headlines that we have for you today. We've looked at the ministerial nominees that was sent to the National Assembly yesterday by the president, and we informed you how many persons are there and also the state they are from. Hello, good morning, sir.
Bless you. I bless you. Have a great day. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Thank you. Bless you too, and do have a wonderful day. All right, let's begin with the obvious.
Yeah. Really obvious. So the ministerial list.
Certainly.
I mean, I'm a little bit pumped up that we waited a couple of months to have 5 former governors. I thought it was a full-on technocratic ensemble that would get ready to work, but pretty much it was people that had done favors for the president during elections, and these people had to be repaid, and they were governors, some of very controversial traits, really, and it was still a recycling of people that have been in public service for over 20 years as regards to governors. Some new faces, yes, that's a plus side. You know, you have women, 2 or 3 of them less than 40 years of age, which is quite, give point for they're still politicians. Yeah. I want you also in detail, a couple of technocrats, but these are people that pretty much served before. Professor Party had served as Minister of State for Health, making the second committee. A couple of people in there, but not too pumped up. Probably 1 or 2 names that really gets you excited while you're doing, because of his assistance in the private sector.
Yeah.
Would like to have done, but he had also, been commissioner with Boris, and you just want to see what really worked out and what really happened. So fingers crossed. But most importantly, we want the National Assembly to screen them, and yet again, we did not put names. We did not put portfolios in front of the names so that we will scrutinize them based on portfolios. So that's really another down spot. Then when you also look at it, you want the National Assembly to be able to scrutinize them properly and ask intelligent questions, because these people need to get to work as soon as possible. The economy is bleeding, is suffering, and they are better kind of start performing the magic they want to perform. So, I mean, it's pretty much a case of fingers crossed, let's say. If they do well, we support them. If they don't do well, give them a due criticism. There's nothing to get pumped up about.
Okay, 28 nominees. 28 nominees from 27 states. We still have 26 states rather. We still have 11 states left out to have their nominees. Talking about FCT and a couple of other states. What does that reflect? There is first batch and expecting a second batch again. Is it that he was just trying to beat the deadline that made him to forward these names?
Yeah, probably was just trying to beat the deadline. But I think when the other names got a bit to make calculation, but staying within those parts, it's just there, nothing to get you pumped up about initially.
What would you say about youth inclusion in this particular list?
Very good. Very good on youth inclusion. But also, when you look at it, there are bright young people there that have done tremendously all over the world. I was thinking it was going to be about against not people you knew in the system. There are people everywhere part of the world that are Nigerians, that are less than 40, that have done stellar things in their careers, championing business, all of that. And but not the politicians. I mean, I know better since I did as commissioner for health in Cross River State. And after Musawa, pretty much APC politician, better was well national women leader. Okoteti has served in Nexim Bank for, I think, Buhari made a director.
Yeah.
And I think the pushback there was that Okoteti did not even meet qualification requirement. I think it's good having 10 years experience in the private sector. The project couldn't have met that because the project is less than 40 as we speak today. So I will look at the factors on ground, but
I think they have similarities with that Iman.
What?
I think they have similarities with Iman Abubakar Suleiman as well, because she was also moved away from NAPTIP at some point in 2019 when she was appointed the DG of NAPTIP by President Buhari. Then there was a lot of outcry that she is not a qualified person to be there, and he had to relocate her to another commission, talking about Refugee Commission.
Yeah, President Buhari had a lot of those scandals where people were not really qualified for a position, got it, and so it doesn't really pump up confidence as such, but it remains to be seen. You can't, you will not dial back and compare this to a Jonathan cabinet or what's it called, Obasanjo cabinet, that they were very some fella heads, technocrats and all of that, So you can't compare. It's just, I don't know. We wish them the best, but I'm not pumped up.
How about the part of the opposition? Opposition persons being included in the list. Is it an inclusive government, or is it going to pose a threat?
Who are you going to call opposition? Are you going to call Wike that work party?
But he still belongs to the PDP.
No, it's because the PDP are not serious. That's why Wike still belongs to that party. Somebody that worked against your party, that has depleted your party, done all sorts against your party. What are the ethics? They don't keep it so long. Because the PDP, they have their own internal crisis and not serious within their house. That's why you do call Wike. But with this, and what's the benefit of the Wike in the PDP? You fought against the presidential candidate of your party. So what's his benefit? I won't call Wike out of position. I'll call him a man of his own, So, and it's not, I don't know. There's nothing exciting about what he has done.
All right.
If you had the nerve, once you said you were not going to be your party, the decency and decorum means you should also leave the party. So you don't say, you are going to be in a party. You're in a marriage, you are saying to your wife, I don't want to make it work, you keep frustrating her, you wouldn't give her a divorce. It's wrong, it's wickedness. It's wickedness. So if you disagree with the ethos of the party, then leave. Do the honorable thing. Leave. And I'm not going to be the first person to question.
Yeah. All right. Also, on the other chamber, talking about the Green Chamber, there was this nomination or appointment of the House Committee Chairman. The Speaker named House Committee Chairman also yesterday, and also increased the number of committees from 109 to 134. The headline there were ex-Deputy Speaker of the House Idris Wasi, who was named Chairman House Committee on Federal Character, while ex-Chairman Committee on Appropriation Mukhtar Betara emerged as Chairman Committee on the Federal Capital Territory. So what would we expect from that? What prompted the increase? Is it okay to increase the number of committee, considering the fact that we're trying to cut cost of governance? We know that increasing this committee would mean increasing the allocation or the funds that's going to be expensed by the House.
Well, true has to be said. They don't have to cater to any cost. The number of committees. I think it just goes back to the insensitivity on the part of our political class. Why go to increase the number of committees? Does it make you function better? No, it doesn't. Just like I'm also hearing the possibility of them trying to increase ministerial portfolios to accommodate people that are wondering what is going on here. We keep complaining about the cost of government that we're trying to ramp it up. I mean, it doesn't increase for the people less best. But as regards Betera and Was, probably that was a compensation. They gave the daughter juicy compensation position, and also they gave what's it called to compensation position. What's it called? El-Rufai son. Bello. That's that politics we play in Nigeria. Really. That because we were lobbying compensation and whose name is dominant and all of that. That's what we play predominantly.
All right, let's move to our economy. Naira depreciates to 768 naira 6 kobo to the dollar in the I&E window. Again, the naira yesterday depreciated to 768 naira 6 kobo per dollar in the investor and exporter window. Data from FMDQ showed that the indicative exchange rate for the investor and exporter window rose to 768 per dollar from 740 per dollar from Tuesday, indicating 28 naira 52 kobo depreciation for the naira. I can understand the sigh you had to before you respond.
You know, the truth is, I'm giving you the historical analysis of this. And made in 86 is when we are making it. But, you know, some economists that they feel they know better. But what they forget is something called historical economics. It's also another part of that. People get their PhD in economic history. The more cardinal parts of economics, more than your macro and macroeconomics and econometrics. You know, I think they lack that. If you study economic history of Nigeria, we've done all of these experiments before. We did it in 86. And we all saw how the Naira could not find its level at one stage. We were proud to this, and everybody was saying, if you flip, Naira will find its level around 500. But now we are seeing that it has gone up to 700, 800. Because you don't have the economic field of production to be able to buffer. So there's so much going on, and that's why we need the minister problem. Let's even know the ideology of the ministers as regards the economy.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is, I'll tell you something. Africa should go and learn that. What's it called? The Bretton Woods economic model does not really work for us. Hence, really, it did say that IMF was the International Ministry of Finance. The Bretton Woods model does not really work. And except Africa removes itself from that because of the Bretton Woods ideology and going to the World Bank and borrowing, then nothing. I think nothing will be able to come out of it. So we should be careful. We should be careful. You should have a dominant economic model. It's not the economic model that's okay, you sway because of an association. And let me tell you the importance of economic, because this show I also like to use to teach history that I'm very passionate about.
Yeah.
In 1992, something happened called Black Wednesday. Britain had entered something called the ERM, European Rate Mechanism.
Yeah.
And ERM means that you peg the pound sterling with other currency at a ratio for exchange. ERM 1, ERM 2, ERM 3 were privileged to having the euro currency. But that thing led UK into a recession, and it culminated in events called Black Wednesday, where close to 30 billion pounds were used to spend to defend the pound sterling when the market started to fall. And the settlement called George Soros made about $1 billion on that transaction when he hedged against the pound. But guess what? In 1997, 1998, after England had suffered tremendously, the same euro came and they said England should join the euro and adopt the euro currency. But it took somebody, then the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Gordon Brown, to say never, we will never do. Now don't you people read economic history? And Gordon Brown was a real intellectual. At the age of 24, he was already a rector in Edinburgh University, highly intellectual, has a PhD in history. So he knows history. History is important.
Very well.
Gordon Brown was the Chancellor of the Exchequer, was like the finance minister, was still in my level downstairs. So having a PhD in history prepared him. And he came and said never. And he disagreed with Tony Blair that we will never join the euro. That's why England is not spending euros today. When the EU, they were not spending euros. They were spending their pounds. Because they postulated the economic theory. As they see what happened to us in 1992. You want us to join the Eurozone and you tell me and this will happen to our economy again and to have recession. No, it's not going to be possible. And that thing saved England and brought about stability. So we are always talking about economic history models. But I'm going to look at experience because they have a PhD in history. And history repeats itself for those that don't learn.
Of course, it does.
So those are modelings we need to look at, we need to think of strengthening. But we don't do that enough. And that's why we make mistakes.
All right, we have this one.
Just let's talk.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, of course.
I think you just learn something new today.
I always learn everything, something new every day. That's how it is. Learning never stops. We continue to learn. This one is on the Guardian. CBN says e-naira will curb spread of counterfeit banknotes. I really have a hunch about this e-naira. Is it that the CBN did not do enough sensitization for Nigerians to accept the e-naira, or is it that the whole e-naira policy or ideology is not something that can help us as Nigerians?
I think what the CBN should do is the proper adoption phase. I think they've not done it enough. They've not adopted it. They've not disrupted their e-naira enough. It's a very good idea. It's something that is everywhere. We all friend digital currencies everywhere, and digital transactions and all of that. So I think it's an adoption that it has. What they should do is, if possible, getting partners, fintechs that help them drive it. I think the adoption will increase. I think it's a very good something. I've downloaded it this a couple of times. You just need to get more merchants on board and get more fintechs to be able to help them drive it.
This step they took is that they are now urging Nigerian students and management of higher institutions to embrace the e-naira to curb the spread of counterfeit or compromised currency and encourage seamless transaction. Would this?
So that's the for adoption, you don't grab adoption that way. You don't say you don't urge, you don't. No, make it exciting.
Okay.
Make it exciting. People will do. Take for instance, have recharge merchants that will be able to you can buy recharge card on e-naira and you can buy with a certain percent reduction. So if recharge card is 100 naira, you buy for 90 naira. You get things like that will be able to drive adoption. So it's an adoption problem there. It's not a big deal. Once you crack the adoption problem, you crack it.
All right, thank you for that. On the Punch newspaper, we have this that says CAC to delist 100,000 companies from database. The Corporate Affairs Commission has said it will remove 100,000 registered companies from its database, and they said it's a step up to an enforcement of the 100,000 companies to go off its register for failure to file an annual return. According to Abubakar, companies that failed to file annual returns in the last 10 years were due to be struck off by the Corporate Affairs Commission. What would this mean for Nigerian economy if 100,000 companies are delisted by the Corporate Affairs Commission?
It just means companies should file their annual return. Simple as that. Pure and simple.
Okay, what if? Yes, they have to, as a law, they have to file their tax return or what have you. But now that these ones have not filed theirs, what will happen to the economy if 100,000 companies get delisted?
It's going to have its impact, but I think it's also an encouragement for companies to be able to file their returns from time to time. Very simple.
All right, on the Vanguard, I have this: unpaid 250 billion naira claim, fuel scarcity imminent, Petrol Marketers Forum cries out. The Northern Independent Petrol Marketers Forum on Thursday cried out over an unpaid whooping sum of 250 billion naira bridging claim, saying as a result of the circumstances, quite a number of its members were running out of business, that which could consequently lead to the fuel scarcity in some parts of the country. The chairman of the forum, Musa Yahya Meikifi, who made this known during a review meeting in Kano, said the situation has rendered its members handicapped, as they could not afford to transport and supply the petrol product for sale at various outlets.
That's why I'm wretched. That's why I'm wretched. You see, unclaimed dividends, problems around the oil sector that will increase the price of our product will be fought against. Because the hardship as we speak is already too much.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, there's a blowback impact on the citizens and the young people. So let's be careful. We need to be careful. We need to be very, very careful.
All right, I think that will be all for now, except if you have any other thing to add up.
Let the poor breathe, give people new palliatives quick. Kudos to some of the state government doing it, and let's also help support a bill for elderly people and young people. Really very important.
Yeah.
We cannot people. Bless you.
All right, bless you too. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day ahead. That was El-Rufai Hussaini, who has given us his own perspective to the stories that we have today for you from the ministerial list, the nominees, and also talking about the depreciation of Naira losing its value. Even in the importer and exporter window, Nigeria went down at 768 Naira 6 kobo to the dollar, which is quite alarming. And we also take a look at the unpaid claim of 250 billion naira by the oil marketers, who are saying fuel scarcity imminent, especially in the northern part of the country. We also look at CBN e-Naira policy. It's something that I know the CBN tried to sell the idea, but it came close to that Naira redesign policy, and the way Nigerians rejected the new Naira policy also affected the acceptability of e-Naira. Nobody want to hear things, or a lot of people, let me not generalize, a lot of people don't want to hear anything from the CBN because of that hardship that Nigerians passed through during the Naira redesign policy. And also on the Punch newspaper, we said CAC to delist 100,000 companies from its database due to inability to file their returns. We also look at this. Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas has named committee chairman and also increased the number of committees from 109 to 134, which I personally felt is going to increase the cost of governance, because you need to take care of all of those committees, and while we're trying to reduce cost of governance, we are having more committees. So I don't know. It's something that I would really wait and see how it pans out. And also, before we go, I just want to take this particular headline that I feel it's okay to let us know we need to be aware of. Diphtheria, 130 hospitalized in Kano. States begin immunization. It's contained on the Punch newspaper. The Kano state government has established 3 treatment centers as the cases of diphtheria in the state surge beyond 130. The State Commissioner of Health, Dr. Abubakar Yusuf, who disclosed this on Thursday, said the state had deployed the necessary mechanisms to curtail the spread of the disease. He disclosed that over 130 persons were admitted last Monday alone as the case continued to rise. Giving an update on the outbreak of the disease, Yusuf lamented that a state such as Kano should not be battling such an outbreak, but for the failure of the previous administration to immunize the people. He said Governor Abba Yusuf has since directed the ministry to swing into action to curtail the spread of the deadly disease. 3 designated centers have been provided for treatment and admission. The general public should not hesitate to seek medical assistance whenever they experience any of the symptoms listed by the Nigerian Center for Disease and Control. Similarly, in Kwara State, the Executive Secretary of the State's Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Nusirat Elelu, said on Thursday that the state had extended immunization of children and infants to 388 health care facilities in the state to guard against diphtheria and other children diseases, including poliomyelitis. And also, Gombe State epidemiologist Dr. Bile Nuhu told the Punch that the state was taking proactive measures against diphtheria, though the state had not recorded a case since the outbreak, but they are taking adequate measures in order to curb the outbreak of the disease in part because it has been recorded in some part of the country. He went further to say diphtheria is a vaccine preventable disease. It's captured in the routine vaccines for children younger than 9 months. If children have that one, they are protected. Now the issue is that we have diphtheria, which affects children from 2 to 14 years old. The routine immunization only covers those younger than 1 year. The effort at the federal level between the NCDC and the NPHCDA, that is National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, are to see how they can expand it so that it can cover the other ones. Meanwhile, checks by Punch correspondents in Abuja on Thursday indicated low turnout for the diphtheria vaccine in the Federal Capital Territory 3 weeks after it announced the outbreak of diphtheria and vaccination for children. So I'm going to use this medium to call on the FCT residents to please take their kids for vaccine. Immunization is very, very good for your words. Please try to do it, because the FCT Director of Public Health Department, Dr. Sadiq Abdurrahman, had on July 3rd announced the outbreak of the disease, noting that already a 4-year-old was killed in Abuja, and the outbreak earlier recorded in Lagos, Ondo, and Kano State in January had triggered a national response by the NCDC. So this is where we will call it a wrap today on the program front page review. I hope you are able to get different perspective and different understanding from the headlines that we have. We're able to cover a lot of headlines today. Thank you for listening. Do well to stay with VOP 96.1 FM. Abuja, now you have a voice. Do interact with us. If you enjoy what we did, you can as well check us out on our social media handle. On YouTube, we stream live at VOP 961, or you type Voice of the People Abuja. You will certainly see us there. Our videos are there. All our programs are there online for you to revisit in case you missed out on something very key. And also, we have huge presence on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Thread at VOP961. And if you want to do business with us, our rates are friendly and our reach extended. And you can call us on 0700 010 961 961. That is the number you can call us. And our office is situated at number 4 Ogbomosho Street, Area 8, Garki, Abuja. Number 4 Ogbomosho Street, Area 8, Garki, Abuja. If you come to Romeo's Pizza, we are there. We share same building as Romeo's Pizza. Thank you very much for listening. Good morning, Abuja.